Hello, I'm Hannah, and this is Hannah's Books. I'm having a wonderful reading month, very much enjoying Jane Austen July. Today I bring you a Jane Austen edition of my occasional series, Cooking the Books, where I consider cookbooks food and eating and drinking. So I bring you Gin Austen, a cocktail recipe book to celebrate her novels. I'm a total sucker for literary cookbooks, and this lovely volume is an excellent addition. Let me read a bit to you from the introduction. "Let us raise our glasses," says Mullaney, "to the fascinating woman who led a remarkable life and created even more remarkable worlds for us to celebrate." She goes on, "Like Austen's characters, cocktails possess distinctive personalities, charming, clumsy, complex, mysterious, seductive, sensual, or witty. And like a good book, a carefully crafted drink has a story to tell and makes for a most marvelous journey." This is a lovely little book, full of cocktail recipes that sound delicious, as well as lots of photographs of many of the creations. I've mentioned before in this Cooking the Books series that authors of books like this come from three basic perspectives, it seems. Some are primarily chefs or some other kind of recipe developer who might also love a particular author or might just know that the author's name will attract readers. Others are primarily readers, sometimes literary scholars and sometimes just huge fans who also like to dabble in the kitchen. The third type of author is less common, scholars of food and cooking in particular times or communities. All three can make for great books, depending on what you want to get out of them. Jane Austen is one of those books written by a recipe developer. Mullaney has almost a dozen cocktail books out, as well as a lot of presentations on television and magazines. Although Jane Austen is structured by presenting a series of cocktails for each individual book, from Sense and Sensibility to Persuasion, there really aren't any insights on the novels here. The links are often just bad wordplay on particular characters' names. Catherine Walbanger in the Northanger Abbey section, Mr. Martini for Emma, etc. But the recipes themselves look great, as you might expect from a real mixologist. Many seem to be slight variations on very popular cocktails, often adding in floral notes like elderflower liqueur or fruity flavors like rhubarb. Last night, my husband and I made the drink referred to in the title of this book, a Jane Austen, made, of course, with gin as the main liquor. The drink begins by muddling a fair bit of fresh sage, which we picked from our front yard garden, in lemon juice, then adding in gin, Lillet Rosé, we may do with half white vermouth and half red vermouth, and orange bitters. We chilled it by shaking with ice and then served in coupe glasses. It was very good, perhaps sagier than ideal. Our sage leaves seem larger than usual, so I suspect I put in more than the author intended. But still, it was really nice at the end of a hot summer day. There's a section at the end that surprised me a bit, and still feels a little incongruous, but nevertheless made me laugh. The chapter is on Jane Austen drinking games. I'm especially fond of What Would Jane Say? Write Jane words like agreeable or carriage or manner, sister, indeed, whatever you like, on individual slips of paper. Have everyone pick a slip from a bowl, then turn to a random page in any of the novels and read a passage aloud. If you hear your word, take a sip. Another one of the drinking games involves watching film adaptations. If you see a display of haughty independence, take a sip. A display of marriageable skills, such as playing the piano or dancing or speaking foreign languages, sip, etc. My favorite, if any player exclaims, "That's not how it happens in the book," the player has to finish his or her drink. Today is going to be really warm, and I think we need to stick with a whole lot of iced tea today, but perhaps we'll try out one of these games with that. Thanks for joining me today here on Hannah's Books. See you soon.